This is a walk around on a 2009 or 2010, I think, Workcycle model FR8, imported from the Netherlands. A clever cycle. The bike is designed for an all-weather delivery bike. So many wonderful things, so many wonderful features on this bicycle. The front rack is a tube rack. It's got a Dr. Pepper, I think, bottle holder on it, but it's just a flat tube rack that bolts down here to the frame. So it doesn't follow the forks when you turn. So why is that important? If you've got 75 pounds, 100 pounds up here, and you turn, your weight stays straight over your frame. And if you've ever ridden a bicycle with a basket on the front and full of newspapers or something, and you turn and it swings over to the side, it has a tendency to want to pull you over. It has a tendency to want to pull you over. So, Christian Bell. The brakes on this are roller brakes. They're not drum brakes. They're not rim brakes. They're not caliper brakes, disc brakes. They are drum brakes. They're on this side here. And they work incredibly well. The front wheel has a Shimano dynamo, 6-volt, 2.4 watts dynamo. So when you pedal, your LED lights come on, and that's a reflector. And also on the back there is a lights, reflectors, and in the light here that comes on when you're going pedaling. And so that's really cool. So you don't need to change batteries in your lights or anything like that. The frame is, as you can see, very sturdy. These come with a step-through frame, which this one is, or you can buy them that have a bar across the top. Like some other bikes do. But without having this bar across here, it is super nice, because on this back rack, as you can see, it is also very heavy. And if you've got, stacked up, clear up like this, full with cargo, then you've got to swing your leg clear up over that. But with the step-through frame, you just stick your foot through on the other side. And another addition, this seat here. So these locations here where these frames bolt, the front rack bolts to the frame on each side, it's like that. You can take these out on each one side after, or take those out, leave your rack still intact, and then you can set this seat up there for a small child to sit on. And then you've got these foot pegs, and the foot pegs go in this hole up here, and then this back hole here, you go right here. and these are long enough, and these are got nutserts on them, or well, actually they're welded in on these frame. So you can put a child on this, kind of dusty, but you can put a child on this seat. They can sit there on it as you're riding down the road or the street or the sidewalk or wherever you're going. A little fella or a little girl can hang on right here with their hands, and you've got your hands on either side of them, and you're sitting in here, so they're pretty much, you know, inside of your arms at any point, so they're relatively safe. Mirrors, rear view mirrors on both sides. Little bell, a clock with a speedometer on it. That is right here is what does your clock, your speedometer, and it's on your spokes. These are very heavy stainless spokes. It's got the Fat Frank, Schwalbe Fat Frank balloon tires on there. I think they're 2 1/4 inch wide. Let me see if the size is over here. I know they're 2 1/4 by 26, I think. I'm not seeing the size right off. Oh yeah, 26 by 2.35. So they're even bigger than 2 1/4. 2.35. So 26-inch wheel and 0.35. So about a third. So 2 1/3 inches wide on the wheel or on the tire. The center kickstand, like a moped has, is really nice because it holds the bike level and solid, which is really helpful when you are at the grocery store and you're loading up your purchases and strapping them into your baskets or onto your rack. And these are just held on with tie wraps, so they can come off at any point if you want to take them off. And then here's just a bag it's got various things in it, to cargo net things and just whatever you'd want to hold your load on. This one has a Brooks saddle with the brass rivets. It's really nice. The quick adjust for your seat height. It is the internal gears on this is an 8-speed internal hub, which keeps all of your gear changing in here. So you have one gear on the other side under where the chain goes around, and then one up here on your crank. And you shift it right here. It's a Shimano 8-speed. And you shift it just by rotating this. You're pedaling, you just slightly stop pedaling, click it, and start pedaling. 1 through 8 gears. So gear number 1 is quite low speed, but you can pedal up a long, heavy hill with a very huge load on this. Another really cool thing on this is the chain is completely encased in this plastic chain guard, which allows the chain to stay. For one, you're not getting a lot of dirt and grime and moisture on it from the road and you're not getting oil on your pant legs. So the chains last a lot longer. There's, you periodically give them a little oil. You've got these nice adjusters, kind of like one on a motorcycle, only a little bit lighter duty. That you can, adjust your wheels back as need be. And then another really nice feature is a frame lock. This has a key, and over here on this side it has I haven't done it for a while. I think okay. I'm gonna have to try to do this. You turn this, and then you push this down. See here, you turn this key, and then with the other hand you push this down, and it pushes a pin through. So let me see if I can. There. I had to kind of, but it pushes this pin through here, which makes it a lot more difficult to just, there we go, to just push the bike away. So if you park it, you can do that. What also is real nice is you can take a bike lock and you can hook that through here and run it around. You could run it up through your front wheel and around a pole or what have you, and then hook the other side on that and then lock it, and it's not going anywhere. This is a heavy bike. I think it weighs like 75-80 pounds. And then it's got these here. I'm gonna unlock it. You would just put your key back in and turn it, and then it just spring loads back. But you lock it and then you take your key with you. A little hook you can hook on your belt loop or stick it on your lanyard or whatever. And it's got we'll go on the other side. It's got panniers or pannier rack to keep, if you're running panniers on your bike, to carry more stuff. You hook them up here, and then these keep it from getting into your spokes. This is an this didn't come with it, and this isn't an option that I'm aware of from Workcycle, but what it is I made this to be able to pull this utility cart. And basically this is off of a lawnmower, and I welded this bar across here and bent it, and it comes through there was already a hole here for something, and I just put a lock nut on the back side. Also gives me another place to, as you can see, to hook tarp straps. But this is off of a lawnmower. I just took the original mounting on this and bent a rod and put a lock nut down on the bottom and bolted this to the, and this has a little rock in it for flexing. And then this right here will turn left and right. So as you're riding and going down the street, as you turn corners or in the parking lot, this will swivel, so your trailer always stays right behind you. And this is a cotter key with a flat washer and a piece of rubber hose. I think it's from a gas line, like fuel line off for like a lawnmower maybe. Another washer, and then this key. And it's really easy. You just pull the key out, take the washer off, and then just pull this out. And I put a little cable on there to keep from losing that, and then you just pull it out like that, and You can park this if you don't want to be hauling your cart or your trailer with you when you get back from the store. To put it back on, you just, and see here, this just spins like this, and the threads on the end of this won't thread through here. I took a chisel or something, I don't remember. It's been a while since I made this, and then messed up those threads. So as you're going down the road, it's not going to vibrate and come off if you don't have the trailer. But so you just stick this up here, get that to slide through, put your washer back on there, find your key, and line it up. Yeah. And there's a little, you got to kind of compress it just a little bit like that, because I didn't want it rattling at all. So I wanted to make sure that rubber hose worked as kind of a spring. There we go. And then there we go. Push it in like that, and it's there. And then this strap, so if it came off, you're not going to lose it. You just hook this back like so, and then that just is like a safety strap to keep it from coming off. And then there's a tire pump right here. Some extra bungee cord just wrapped around there, just as a place to hold it. Drink holder. And reflectors on the front. I think I did have, yeah, reflectors on the back. No lights, but a person could put a battery light on those if they felt that they wanted. I think these are 20-inch. But this is a real nice aluminum frame, even with the easy on and off wheels. And then it put a little bit of hail screen underneath to support the bottom of this, just to give it some more support. So it comes around over on this side also, and clamps underneath here. Just all I had. It was almost too short. And this is a concrete mixing tub from Lowe's or the hardware store, and it fits in there nicely. And as you can see, 2 bolts hold it to the frame. This frame was used to haul a child around in. There was a little enclosed thing on it, but it's got some fun little Life is Good. Added different stickers to it just because. This is my wife's bicycle. And then Odell Brewing Company, and then fun little sticker here. I don't know what all it is, but it's pretty cool. And so let's step back and look it all in. And we have, when we lived in Hayes, we did go to the grocery store regularly on this bike, a lot. And I know one time in particular we went and the front was loaded, the back was loaded, and that was loaded down, plus our other bike, which will be another video, but our black Batavis delivery bike. We hauled a lot of weight on this. It'll handle, and I don't remember what it will actually hold as far as weight, but I think it's, if I recall, it was in kilograms, but if I recall right, when it calculated out, it was in the neighborhood of 650 to 700 pounds. You know, as far as rider, passenger, should you choose, or freight, or what have you, on the bike itself. And you can also get, and we didn't get it, but this is just held on with tie wraps, but you can also get a seat that sits here. I've seen them in pictures in different European countries where there's a seat here with another seat back here, so you can put two small children here that aren't as, you know, as young as the one on the front. I've seen pictures with one, and I don't remember where it was. I think it was on like AmsterdamBikes.com or something like that, where there was a kid sitting in a seat here, and then obviously the seat here, and then the two back here, and then the mother was riding. So, and you can get a flat deal. I think I might have one somewhere. It's just a pad that you attach on here. Actually, it goes on my other bike, but it would go on here too. Just a pad, a black vinyl pad with a hard bottom, and it just fastens here to give, you know, so a person could sit on there if they so felt the desire to haul a spare person around. But very cool bicycle, very, very utilitarian, very purposeful, built, with a true honest workhorse of a bicycle. And I'll have the other video of the Batavis in another video.
You and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.